Hey everyone, this is Chad. Thanks for coming to Arctic Horde Wargaming. Today we have a match between Ryan and Jordan. Ryan's going to be playing the Orruk Warclans, and Jordan brought his Ossiarch Bonereapers. But before we get into this, if you could take a look at the links down below, also hit that subscribe button so you can be part of the Horde. And now, stay tuned for the show, folks.
Hi, we're doing a relocation arm today. It moves.
We're rolling to see who's going to be A or B. High goes to A. Alright, so Jordan is going to be A.
Okay.
And then, alright, so we're going to roll for drop first. 3!
2!
2! Yes!
Alright.
I decided to drop first, so that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, so I have 1,990 points.
Ooh.
Which means I get to triumph.
Sweet,
against,
you have to remember that.
Yeah, unfortunately I have to remember because I totally forgot it in the other game.
I forget it every game I play.
Every game. Alright, so, typical list. I ran this during the tournament that we had the other day. We have a Gorefist battalion, obviously, going across. As per usual, Baldy here is going to be our big boss. The Gorgon. He gets 7 wounds instead of 5. Then we go to our 2 War Chanters here. The Get 'em Beat is the white one, and the Kill a Beat is the darker bones. We also have a Shaman. He knows he has great green visions and a great big green hand of Gork. Also here we have our General. He's just a Mega Boss on Makrasha. Because we're running Iron Suns, we have Right Fist of Dokbod, which gives me another command point, and Sunblazed Armor, which is -1 to Rend. He also has Meenan in a Boskor, Heka, and Choppa.
Sorry, by -1 to Rend, do you mean -1 to the Rend he takes, or he gives an extra?
To the one he takes.
Okay.
It's armor.
It's sort of like a light ethereal.
Yeah.
Alright.
So then we just have Gordrak, who's here. Now, future lists, I am being told that we need to get rid of Gordrak and make him just a regular Mega Boss, because then I would run Big Wa, and then I would get better off. The other reason we got to 1990 is because I purchased 1 command point. So I'm starting with 4 and a chance to roll for another one with the with my second artifact that's on the Shaman. So Triumph roll. That is a 4, so we're going to look up that real quick, and then we'll get to it. So once per game with that, I get Bloodthirsty, which means I get to reroll failed wound rolls, whether it be in the shooting phase or in the fight phase. Now, on top of this, we wanted to mention that we're playing in the Realm of Life. We get basically another health to, or another wound to whatever one we want.
So what's it going to be for you?
I'm going to do it on my General.
Alright, the black Makrasha?
It's blue, but yeah.
Or the blue Makrasha. And I, of course, will pick Nagash for that. And also of note, we are in the Realm of Life. We have access to the Realm of Life spells. So.
Yeah. And then we rolled for a terrain table, or old table, so we got...
And of course, Sinister and Sparring will not really affect my army all that much, because as you may have heard, the Ossiarchs are immune to battle shock.
So we gotta roll for turn now.
No, we don't roll for turn.
Wait, I don't roll?
Yeah, you get to pick.
Go first.
Unless you want me to go first.
No. Wait a minute. Actually, how you get to just do a ton of spells?
8.
8.
Yep.
I'm going first.
Okay.
I did Gorefist, moved everything up. I failed at getting the correct, double 6s that I wanted. However, we did wipe a unit with the first Mega Boss. So he has 1 point for strength from victory. We did pass our battle, what is it called?
Battle shock.
Battle shock here, and obviously here, because you can't lose at that point. We took out that 1 unit of 20. Gordrak failed to even be able to hit this turn, so that kind of sucks, but I'm ready to see the full power of Nagash in my face. I do control the point with all 3 of these guys, so we're going to go from there. I got 1 point. Let's go.
Hello, I tried to Hand of Dust. This guy over here, it failed. Sad. But I was able to run these guys away and get onto the objective, which got us models on it. And over here,
units.
yeah, over here we killed. Oh yeah, two units of pigs. There's just the one left. Yeah, that's about it. Now we roll off to see where it goes. And I'm A, right, on the chart, and you're B?
Correct.
Okay, so we'll roll based on that. 5. So it goes...
Towards B. Please. 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 Please.
Wait, I'm
Please.
A.
Please. Stop building up the tension and tell us already. People are screaming on the other side of the screen.
So it goes... that way.
Perfect. Let's see the little screen.
Yeah.
Yep, so we rolled
Yeah.
a 4 through
4
6.
through 6, so it goes down over there.
Bingo! Alright, and then you gotta roll for your dice for what was it called?
For my Relentless Discipline, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units left. So I rolled 5 dice, and every 6 I get an extra. I rolled 2 6s. Very nice. So that puts me at 3 base plus 2, so 5.
Which dice did you roll? Oh, those 5.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw a 6 over here.
Yeah.
Like, uh-oh.
No, that wasn't one of them. Now we get to roll off for priority.
Alright. 2. Give me a 1.
Yeah,
Give me a 1.
it's a 6.
Get out of here.
And yeah, I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, you don't say.
Well, I mean, it does put me in a. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna take it.
I mean, you gotta do a lot of stuff.
I do.
And you gotta try and hand it dust again.
I will.
Again.
I definitely will.
Double turn.
Yep. So I got the double turn. I was not able to get Hand of Dust off because I failed to unbind the spell portal. However, I did get Flesh to Stone off again. I also cast a debuff spell on this guy, and besides that, I just threw a lot of arcane bolts, and I killed the wizard and did a bit of damage to him. Besides that, we got Nagash over here. He's standing on top of the objective, just being obnoxious, and we got like 3 or 4 of these guys in range as well. Oh, and then we charged with him over there. We killed one of the heroes. There's only 1 hero left over here, and we also killed the rest of the Gorgruntas. And our general's over here, just chilling.
Yeah, doesn't look real good for me.
But you still have both Maw Crushes.
I have both Maw Crushes. He has 12 regular plus 1 because of strength from victory, and Gordrak is untouched.
Yep, and Nagash is out in the open.
Yeah, so I just got 1 command point. Yeah, we're going to do some work now. So, first thing I did is I took the general from here, and I jumped him here to be wholly within the war chanter that was still alive. He gave him the Violent Fury to get them the +1 damage.
Yep.
And then we jumped back for these guys, and then we charged into Nagash, as well as Gordrak came in and charged into Nagash. Now, if I would have killed that whole unit, I would have had the same amount of guys with this guy and Nagash being here, +1.
Yeah.
So I would have got the points and would have got 3 points, and it would have been tied.
Mm-hmm.
I only did 5 wounds to Nagash because he has some crazy dumb abilities, and he has a debuff on my guy. So really, if I lose this turn, he's just gonna wipe me off the table.
Not necessarily. His output isn't. He'll kill him though. Yeah, he'll kill the Black Cabbage.
Well, no, you could Hand to Dust Gordrak.
That is a possibility.
You could Hand to Dust Gordrak easily, and
I mean, no, you'll guess the right hand again. It'll be fine.
So anyway, it's time to roll for turn and see what happens. And 4, respectful, but
6.
not going to beat a 6.
Oh.
All right, so now we got to roll and see where it's going to go.
Right before we choose 3.
3.
So we'll look real quick.
What ended up happening is the objective went from under you to the center because I rolled a 3.
Right. I decided to take the next turn.
So right now, Jordan got Hand of Dust off, so Ryan's going to guess which hand.
Have you done picking which hand you got it in?
I know.
Come on.
Yeah.
Haha, your left hand.
Dead.
Dead.
All right.
Which one? Gordrak?
Yeah.
So Gordrak's dead. Good game.
Good game. We have to shake while it's sitting down.
Because of the glare of us.
But anyways, that was a really fun game.
Chad's insistence. That is the first loss in a while on the channel.
Yeah.
So that sucked for me. However, Nagash is totally worth the 800 some odd points.
880.
8 spells, debuff on me, buff on you. With your Flesh of Stone you got, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, the Flesh to Stone, we were playing in Garan, so I got to use this spell, and it was really good. I mean, it's always really good. It's probably the standout spell in the lore. Makes your enemy reroll successful wound rolls against the caster. It's only useful if you have a wizard that's also a combat piece, but Nagash is that. Yeah. You went into him with your guys, though you rolled really bad. That didn't help.
Yeah, I was rolling so many ones, I don't even... There's no reroll ones with what we have. I think if I did the Big Wah, it might have some extra buffs with that from what I remember Steve saying, but I don't think... we need to rework the list.
Well, let's go through the beginning of the game. Went pretty good for you. Early.
I only killed 1 unit of 20, and I missed being able to hit with Gordrak
so
anyway.
That is true, but 1 unit of 20 is like a lot of my army, considering I don't have a lot of guys on the field except Nagash. So I was getting pretty worried because my other unit was taking some serious punch from your boars in the first turn. However, then we got into the combat slog. And I was able to start doing damage back to the boars.
Yeah, after they charged, they're
Yeah.
So I think what would have been better is to maybe have tried to split your army a little bit more, and maybe have gone around the objective, or tried to go around and come in from the other side, which I didn't have enough movement to do, but maybe that would.
Oh, you mean for your army?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I would have. I tried to sneak both of them on the same side. That was a mistake.
Yeah, that's...
I should have took one and gone to the other side, just like I did in the tournament.
Because Nagash can only be in one place. And you can be in 2 places with your big models. And honestly, even if Nagash can take down one of these guys in combat, it's not that easy for him. Like...
Right.
Without buffs, these guys are much better in combat than he is.
Right. So if I would have done what I did in the tournament, which was take the Gorgrunchers, go up the middle... which is kind of what I did, and then if I would have taken both of these guys and gone straight around the outsides and curved back in, that would have been probably better.
Right, then you might have gotten both of the units in the first turn.
Yeah, I think...
What?
think if...
Chad's mocking my hand gestures. Though I'm sure you guys probably heard my heavy breathing at the end. I was super excited because this was a real blast of a game. Just seeing Nagash and then the big monsters stomping around. It's just a lot of fun.
If I would have got turn,
and
it would have gone to the middle, I still would have stayed in combat, I believe. At least with Gordrak.
Right, because the thing is that
because I would have done Mighty Destroyers first.
Tried to get out with him onto the objective, keep Nagash in combat.
Yes.
And that way, when it comes to my turn, maybe I won't be able to get Nagash after him. Because if I took second turn and then I cleared your 2 guys, I'd just stand on the objective. Plus, I guess you wouldn't have an army left. So.
Right. So I think if I had stayed if I got turned, stayed in combat, hit once.
Right.
And he doesn't have any debuffs on him other than re-rolling the 6s.
Yeah, or no.
Wound rolls.
Not 6s. The 6s
Successful
was this
wound
guy.
rolls.
Yeah.
So that was, and that goes till your next hero phase.
Yep.
Which, if I double turn you, just sucks for me, and I don't want you to get your turn. Because then you'll just hit me more and just cast it again.
That does put me in interesting places sometimes with Nagash lists. If I have a really good hero phase and get a bunch of buffs off, it's less of a. It matters a bit less in this realm because this is the only buff I really care about. But there are some realms like Death where I want like 3 buffs on my guy constantly.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'd be like, well, I could take this turn, but I've got like Ethereal and Neg 1 to hit, and
Can't touch me anyway. But yeah, no, I think if I was able to swing first or in hero phase, move the guy over there,
and all
maybe
it would take,
do something to your harvester.
If you spike a roll hard enough, you could bring him down. Like that's always the hope.
The one thing that I do not like about the new book is that there is really very little difference between Gordrak and a regular Maw Crusher. Yeah, he has 8 attacks, and they're at -1, and they do 2 damage apiece. But he has, Smashing and Cutting, which is character killers, which Steve in that other talk is saying, you got 3 characters in the field, how big of a deal is that? I'd rather take the 2 damage apiece.
Right.
Because only one of them does, if it's not a hero, I'm doing D3 with this one, and only 1 with this one.
And honestly, most heroes you're attacking with a Maw Crusher will die anyways.
Yeah.
Nagash is an exception. But even in Nagash's case, I didn't see this guy as really any more of a threat than this guy.
Right.
In fact, I wanted to kill him much more because he had the artifact, which meant he's worth 20 models for the objective purposes of this game.
Objective-wise, if I would have killed those models, I could have got that point. And then when I moved back, I could have took my guy and gone over there and maybe got those guys in combat with somebody else.
But yeah, it was a bit tricky once these were your only things left. Because,
well, I mean, I had this little war chant.
Well,
here,
sure,
we
but
just ignored him.
no, he was in combat with Mr.
Yeah,
Hands
we just
at the
didn't
end.
finish that combat.
No, we did. Remember he killed your guy the last turn, and
right,
then
but this was my turn. We just didn't do it.
Oh right.
If
we did, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure the harvester would have killed him.
Yeah.
So now what this has me thinking is, if I was going to do this 1K list at Adepticon, would you consider putting that guy in there?
No.
No.
Not unless it was like a team tournament list with another.
It is a team tournament list.
If they're running a bunch of like death stuff, maybe you could run some really interesting comps. But like he's 880 points. If you're running him, you're running 2 packs of Direwolves as your. Oh, sorry. In Legions, you're running 2 packs of Direwolves. I don't think you can actually run in Bonereapers at 1,000 points. Yeah, you can't because the battle line's too expensive.
So in the case of 1,000 points, would you run Ossiarch with your captain, your harvester, these guys? Maybe buy an endless spell?
I might actually stay away from the harvester at 1,000 points.
Why?
He's good, but at 1,000 points, it's at a premium. I'd probably take the general over there, and one of the wizards, probably the double caster.
Double caster.
And
What's the double caster?
He's the guy with the chair. I call him Lazy Boy.
Oh.
But, so I'd take those probably, maybe one of the other wizards instead, which doesn't give me a lot of magic, but I'd want as much Mortec Guard as I can get, and maybe some cavalry, maybe a unit, maybe one of the 200-point units, like a unit of Stalkers, because the Stalkers are hard to deal with at 1,000 points. They do a huge amount of output, and their weakness is they can get burst down, but there's not quite as much around to burst them down at 1,000 points. So I'd look at Stalkers. I probably wouldn't look at the Catapult at 1,000 points because it's better in bigger games. Nagash is good, but probably not meta, but like, he's so strong. He's the strongest individual model, at least in Death, probably in the game.
Archeon?
What
about him?
He's stronger than Archeon, in my opinion. Archeon did get a lot more powerful. Archeon does twice as much damage as him in combat, almost. Or no, not twice as much. Like over a third more though. But he has 8 spells on a +3 to cast and a +3 to unbind.
He's just gonna wreck your day.
His magic is so much fun to use because you get to play around with like so many spells, and I've become really familiar with the different realm spells because I play in the realms all the time, and they're stuff that I'm used to. And the things I'm less used to are actually Ossiarch spells, which are new. But those are quite good too. They're just different. There's no real damage sources, and there's no real great self-buff spells like there are in some of the realm spells.
How much can the bird cast? Do you know?
The bird?
Zinch bird.
Oh, the Zinch bird? I think that's a double caster. You might be able to make it a triple caster. I actually don't know. But Zinch, the thing about Zinch though is everything in that army is a caster. So you can easily get 8 spell casts from Zinch. And you can get, and the bird's ability is, I think what they do is when you roll 2, you can change the smallest, so the smaller roll to the bigger roll. So let's say I roll a 6, right? 5 and a 1. I think what they can do is change the 1 to a 5, and then it's a 10. And then they can get like a plus 1 or 2 to cast, and that's 11 or 12. So Zinch is like often casting on like 12s and 13s and 14s. It's really interesting to see Zinch and Nagash.
And if they don't like that, they can take one of their fate dice.
Right, yes. And fate dice is also really good for Zinch magic. But yeah, as far as comparing magic power, I don't know. I mean, Nagash is comparable to a powerful Zinch casting list. But the Zinch casting list will have way more mortal wound output, but Nagash has way more utility. And the wizard is just the weird knob shaman. I mean, his spells are so good, but there's just one of him because he's expensive and he's only a single caster.
So
well, you still include him because of how good the Hand of Gork can be.
could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not against Nagash usually, because but against a lot of other armies, yeah.
You gotta paint the bird, man. That's
I know.
a bird.
I know. I need to finish my paint jobs on everything actually.
It still looks good.
Yeah,
the
thanks.
blood for the blood god.
Yeah, I mean, it just made it super gory.
Love it. Love it.
And I think I can make it gorier too. I can incorporate some of those darker blood effects that I saw on Cole's Nurgle. I think that would be cool.
Yeah, I'll send Chad a picture of that guy, and hopefully we'll post it to the Instagram page because that's ridiculous.
Yeah, his Great Unclean one's really cool. Yeah. Anyways, I think we're done.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Yep.
If you like the video, you want to comment down below, go ahead. Please like, share, and subscribe. And
and if you're in the Twin Cities area, give us a shout.
Also.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. No, if you want to come in,
Yeah.
come play, talk to us on Facebook. But also, watch out for Wapaka is coming up. What other ones are coming up?
I think that's the main one in the Midwest. Adepticon will be here eventually. But
Adepticon is in Chicago. That's in March 25th through the 29th. I am planning on going.
And the next big one in Minnesota is probably SpringCon, which is still a ways off. But we'll be there.
We'll be there.
So like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, take a look at the links down below, and we will see you in the next one.